grateful that everyone who has come. And without delay, I'd like to begin with this very important program of how to say no to procrastination forever. Last week, I gave a small sort of a breakthrough, something. If you have a habit, you need to break it. So to break the habit of procrastination, I gave a suggestion that you can have some sort of a Pomodoro, is called as. That means instead of studying for a long time, or working for a very long time, instead of working for say 8 hours as a stretch or 4 hours as a stretch, you can make it like 25 to 45 minutes, a Pomodoro. So you just fix in your schedule a short amount of time, and you try to do whatever you have to do, with full focus in that particular short time, and then you take a break again. Take a break in which you can relax, and then go back again to start the activity. Why? Because most of the people do not begin the activity itself. They keep on procrastinating, thinking that it's going to be so difficult to do it. That's what we had discussed last time, and that's not going to end procrastination. It's something like a short habit, or a short, you can say, technique just used so that at least you begin off something. But today I'm going to go into more details. I'm going to enter into more details where I'm going to talk about attitude, because of which people procrastinate. So I want you all, I have some certain slides, and I have prepared slideshow with certain statistics first. That let us talk about what is the impact of procrastination. For those of you who do not know what exactly meaning of procrastination is, defined it last week. In case if you were not there, no problem. Today's program you can attend fresh. Okay? So procrastination means to delay an important activity for no good reason. You have an important task, for example, if you have studies to do, or you have some deadline or some office work which is very important to do, you are unnecessarily delaying it for no good reason. That is called as procrastination. Okay, so there are many people who are doing procrastination these days. So let me talk to you directly. What are the statistics? Because you should know what is the impact of this problem, on the society. Procrastination.
Procrastination affects over 20% of the population.
Yeah, thank you. Next slide. Next also you can read.
According to some researchers, procrastination has more than quadrupled in the last 30 years.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for reading so nicely and telling us how many people are getting affected by procrastination. Thank you. Procrastination affects over 20% of the population, as he's saying. And according to some researchers, procrastination has more than quadrupled in last 30 years, which is like 4 times.
In 1978, 5% of the population admitted to being chronic procrastinators, compared to roughly 26% of the population today.
Correct. So we have now how much times increased from 5% to 26%. That's 4 to 5 times, as I'm telling you. Lot of people are procrastinating these days, which means procrastination is a problem which is on the rise. Vageshwari, you can read one more. Okay, one more you can read. Please.
Surveys of student population suggest that procrastination is pervasive, with some surveys suggesting that 85 to 95% of students have problems associated with procrastination.
Correct. So among the students, among total general population, it is around 20%. They are saying among the students, they are saying 85 to 95%. That is like too much. Too many people are actually procrastinating, and too many people are actually not studying on time, or etc. So this is a problem which is really affecting a lot of people. Thank you, Vageshwari. It was so nice. You read so nicely. Both of you have read so nicely. I'm so happy.
Procrastination statistics suggest that 40% of people have experienced financial loss due to procrastination.
Oh my God. 40% of the people have experienced financial loss because they did not do something on time. They may be fired from the job, or they might have not submitted assignments, etc. They could not get the degree, etc. Whatever, financial losses. Thank you. One more you can read, please.
1 out of 5 people procrastinate so badly that it may be jeopardizing their jobs, credit, relationships, health.
These are the areas which procrastination affects. Dear friends, this is a serious problem. Some of us may think procrastination, no problem, it's okay. Okay, important work not done on time, theek hai, grades will not come. No. So many problems are happening. You see, this helps. Jeopardizes means it puts under threat, it challenges, it negatively affects the jobs. Credit means finance. Relationships problems also come due to procrastination. People who procrastinate are often found to be very irritated people. They are not dependable people. They cannot trust. People cannot trust them. So therefore, nobody wants to make relationship with such people. They will make a promise, but they will break the promise. They will say, "I will do this on time," but they will not do it. They will say 10 o'clock I'll come and we'll complete this. So they will not do. Then the other people become unhappy. They don't make a relationship with them. They cannot do anything on time. So therefore, people don't trust them. Therefore, they lose their friends and health problems also. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for reading.
95% of the population procrastinate at times, with 20% being chronic offenders, according to Pi Steele, a human resource professor at the University of Calgary's Haskins School of Business.
Correct. 95% people usually procrastinate, 20 seriously procrastinate. Okay, one more you can read, please.
What a college student survey has to say. 57% feel a mix of liking procrastination because it gives them a rush and disliking it because it makes them feel stressed. 43% admit they procrastinate because they have done it so long and it has become second nature to them.
50% have a mixed liking of procrastination, and 43% of it has become their habit. It has become just second nature. You cannot identify only that there is procrastination. They are doing procrastination also. Yeah, big problem. Big problem. So maybe one more status I'll read now. To what extent is procrastination having a negative impact? You see, this says that 46% said quite a bit or very much. What is it is affecting? Too much effect. It is affecting our happiness in such a bad way. 18% claim extremely negative effect procrastination has on life. You see, it's not just you start to see the habit. People think that, I am lazy in studies, I am lazy in doing assignments, I'm not doing things on time. No problem, right? No, sir. From one area of your life, procrastination goes to second area of life. You start procrastinating your college studies. Later on, you will start procrastinating your work which has been given by your father or mother. Later on, you will start procrastinating the work which is given by your boss. Later on, you will procrastinate everywhere. In every field of life, the procrastination affects. So it is very important to correct it. Don't think that it's okay, I am not getting enough grades, I am passing at least because of procrastination, some problem is coming, it will go away after I complete from college or whatever. No, it doesn't happen that way. It stays with you, it sticks with you, it becomes a part of life. It negatively affects you, it negatively affects your performance, your health, your relationships, your habits, your everything. People start drinking alcohol. Last time I told you, negative things they start doing. They start drinking alcohol, cigarettes, etc. because of this frustration, stress, etc. which comes to them. So they eat poorly, sleep less, drink more, so many things, depression, anxiety, all these things are because of the procrastination. For most students, a small number are spent in classes. Majority, they only have to decide what to do. So they don't know what to do. They keep procrastinating. So how do I define why procrastination happens? Let's see. If you have not filled the form, please fill it and then come back to further discussion. What triggers procrastination exactly is a discomfort feeling. I explained this last time, those who were there. I'm again explaining. Whenever you have an important activity, your mind starts feeling that it is very difficult to do. You have difficulty, or you don't have liking towards it, or you have some emotional liking towards it, or you have certain mental perceptions filled in your mind against it. You are feeling resistance to do it. You don't feel like I should do it. So there is a feeling of discomfort, or you have some problem, stubbornness going on. Hey, I don't want to do it. Some sort of a problem like that. So then, because of the discomfort, you don't do it. It's very easy to do it, but you don't do it. It may be simple. It may be tough to do it also. That's why you're not doing it. It may be simple to do it also, but still you're not doing it because of some feeling of discomfort. Why the discomfort feeling is coming? There could be 4 or 5 reasons, which I'm going to tell now. But because of some discomfort, you're not doing it. It is not a discomfort of like lifting a heavy weight physically. It is a discomfort of mentally being able to start it, or being able to visualize that I'll get success in it. You're not able to see that. You're not able to see that you will be successfully doing it. Therefore, you're feeling like okay, I'll do it later. It's difficult. Oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. Like that. Then there is procrastinate. Then you procrastinate. It could also be a problem of you want to avoid any hardships in life. Some people procrastinate because they want to avoid any difficulties in life. They feel like life is a bed of roses. Huh? Arey, itna, so much tension. Why should I take in life? Very difficult thing to do. What is the easiest thing? Okay, chalo, video game khelo. There is video game, easy thing. Let's do easy things in life. Let's not do difficult things in life. Have that attitude. Sometimes some children are grown in an environment where parents keep on doing the difficult work at house. Sometimes ladies, when they get married, they don't cook. Husband says, "Bhai, I want food," and it's not that the lady cannot cook. If she wants, she can cook. But only problem is just they feel, I don't like difficult problem, sweating problem. I need AC. Nice. So the parents are not trained. Actually, girl should get training inside the kitchen. Because whether you are a PhD, whether you are a doctor, whatever you are, a woman's dharma is that she should be cooking for the husband. You see, today a lot of relationship troubles come because the women are not cooking for the husband. Many people are having relationship strain. I want to give you a tip outside. It's not procrastination tip, a tip in relationship because it's all related. That's why I'm saying so. Life is all related. Okay. So one of the tips is a way to a man's heart. It is told a way to man's heart is through his stomach. A way to man's heart is through his stomach. So stomach ko satisfy rakho. The tongue and the stomach is satisfied. The heart of the man will be easily won. So woman dharma is to cook. That is for sure. Why? Because she's a wife. She's going to be mother. So the child will also require food. The husband will also require food. So it's her dharma. Whether you go for PhD, whether you go for BCom, whether you go for whatever, doctorate or whatever. But you need to learn cooking. So people delay the important activity because they start feeling some egoistic problem also sometimes. Sometimes like a woman may think that, if I only cook, then, people are saying wrong about me. Social image problem. People are saying, you're cooking. Only you are taking this chula and gallon in your hand. What kind of advanced person you are? They know it's important. The parents are telling, they're saying, the grandmother is telling her, beta, if you don't know how to cook, who will marry you? Important activity, but not doing because social image problem. So they are feeling a mentally discomfort. It's not that they don't know how to cook. It's not that it's so difficult to cook. It's about mental difficulty that they are facing because of social image. People are saying that no, it is not to be done. It is not to be done. So wrong people's association is causing the problem of procrastination. Sometimes some men, I'm telling you, this is all attitude of life actually. I'm going to take you to the solution soon. First I'm defining because pata hi nahi hoga. If you don't know only how the problems come, then how will you solve it? The problem comes because of wrong attitude. Most of these problems of procrastination, etc., they are because of wrong attitude. Because one thing I want to tell you, dear students, dear friends, dear participants, I want to tell you one thing in life. Please believe me, all of us want so much energetic life. Is it not true? All of us want to be active. All of us want to be enthusiastic. All of us want to be, doing something nicely. Nobody likes to be lazy. I'm telling you, believe me, no one likes to be lazy. Why people become lazy? Why people procrastinate? Because of some mental attitude they have developed. You ask the laziest person also, you will find that they also want to do something nicely. Sometimes they have been pressurized so much by their parents or by their teachers or someone that they did not like to study. At that time, the mother said, no, you have to study only. That fellow, you have to study. Sometimes they slap also. So then, out of rebellion, student is not studying. Well, ab to main karunga hi nahi. You slapped me, you scolded me, you took away my mobile phone. Now you see, I will not study only. अभी करके देख लो कुछ करना है तो out of rebellion. It's a mental discomfort. The discomfort is not that the student is not bright. Discomfort is why he treated or she treated me like this. Why they badly behaved. Now I will not do it only. Getting? So this is a mental attitude. Many people are facing this mental attitude problem because of their procrastinating. But I want to tell you, dear participants, dear friends, dear students, आपको समझ में आना चाहिए. You should know this, that all of us internally in our heart, we can see that all of us want to be enthusiastic, all of us want to be energetic, all of us want to do something nice. So I cannot change your teachers. Okay, that is not possible for me. If you say, sir, एक program teachers के लिए भी करो, why don't you do a program for teachers? That I can do. You have to call your teachers, but they may procrastinate. They may not come and attend. That I cannot change. No? That may not be possible. I give programs for teachers, for parents also. Just recently, I gave a program in Hindi also, where I spoke how the parents should love their children so that the children can become empowered. So I talk to I talk to teachers also, parents also, everyone. But I cannot change your situation immediately. I cannot do that. I cannot change your teachers. I cannot change your subjects. I cannot change your parents. I cannot change your situation you are in, the city you are in, the school you are in, etc. Or the work office you are in, the husband you have, or the what do you call the boss you have. All these things I cannot change. One thing I can help you change. That much I can say. What I can do for you, I am telling. I cannot help you change. I cannot change all these things. I can help you change your attitude. That I can help you. Okay, so procrastination is a mental attitude problem. I can help you change that in some short discussion. So if you want to take my help, if you want me to allow to do something for you, so now you have to be enthusiastically participating and learning what I'm going to tell you next. Okay, here I am. Let's learn further. I'm talking about the trap of the problem is that feelings of discomfort origin procrastination, and then procrastination increases the feeling of discomfort, and then because more increased feeling of discomfort, you procrastinate even more, and then because of more procrastination, even more your feeling of discomfort increases. So this is a trap, and people get trapped in this. So what is comfort zone? I told you to do only the least effort required activity, or to think that where I am safe, I will not be barged in, etc. I told you, the easiest example I can give you is like a bird trapped inside the cage. Bird may be safe inside the cage, but bird is not doing the best utility of her ability. Similarly, people may feel comfortable in their comfort zone. They feel comfortable, okay, minimum I am doing, nobody's harming, okay, very good, I'm happy, I'm happy. They're not happy. They're feeling, it's okay, I'm okay, it's nice, I'm feeling, okay, like that. But actually, they're causing problem for themselves. They're causing problem for themselves. Just like the bird inside the cage may be safe for sure, but she's not happy. Why she's not happy? Because she wants to experience the outside world. She wants to experience to fly. Similarly, within your comfort zone, nobody is happy. Everybody becomes frustrated. Everybody becomes irritated, and all those statistics we have read. Okay, so nobody likes to be there inside. I want to define the responsibility zone because I want to help you change from comfort zone to I want to define another term of responsibility zone. Is here attentively because this you might not have read anywhere because these are the terms which I am originating. I want to actually when I wrote my book, this is a book which I wrote, Time Management. Time Management book I wrote 1.5 years before. So where I spoke on time management. So when I wrote this book. I wanted to redefine the terminology of time management because many books I read on time management, people are simply giving superficial tips. Okay, very, very superficial tips. So I said, this is not the way we have to deal with this problem. No. The time management is something which basically has to go very deep inside. You see, there are two ways of solving the problem. So let me tell you a story. Once what happened, a boy, got boils on his body. Boils, boils, red boils, So he got some boils, on his body, here, elsewhere. So many places, boils he started getting. So he went to the doctor. The doctor said, no problem, you take this tube. He gave the tube, he said, you apply the tube, it will go away. The child came, he started applying, and within 10 days, it reduced, started reducing, etc. And he was very happy, problem solved. After 10 to 25 days, boils came on some other places. So from left here it went away, right it came. So the more boils started coming other places. So again he went to doctor. Doctor said no problem. Again you apply the ointment, go. So again appoint the same ointment. Everything became fine. After 20 days more, his legs here and there more boils have come. So he went and ran to the doctor. Said a lot of pain is coming. What is happening? Doctor said okay, we'll give you stronger dose. So he gave a more strong dose of another tube. So he started applying tube. After 10 days went away. Again after 20 days it came. So like that, it went on, continue. After a year, he became frustrated. He said, what's happening? Problem is not going only. No, surface I am applying so much, but it goes away one place, second place it comes, third place it comes. So then he went to the Ayurvedic doctor. The Ayurvedic doctor checked his pulse and said, you are getting boils because your blood has become dirty. Blood impurity is there. We have to purify the blood through certain Ayurvedic medicines. The patient said, okay, sir. So then he took the Ayurvedic medicines, and after 25 days, the boils started shrinking inside and they did not come out again because his blood became purified. So what is the lesson to be learned? Lesson to be learned is there are two ways to solve a problem. One, that you can do something on the surface and let's suppress the problem. Let the problem be suppressed, it's not visible. After some time, again it will come. Why? Because internally you have not cured the problem. You have only suppressed it. You have not cured it. So two ways of solving the problem. One is to just suppress it on the surface, or second is go to the root and then change it, and then completely solve the problem. So generally, whenever I teach something, whenever I talk about something, I do not want to give only surface solutions. I want to give the solutions which are at the root of the problem. That is why I wrote this book after a lot of research. I wrote this book, and when I was writing this book, I told my editors were saying many new different terminologies you are giving. So I said, yes, I want to change the way people look at time management. I want to change the dictionary of time management. So you might not have heard of this. I am telling you a new term which is called as responsibility zone, because I don't want to teach you how to avoid procrastination merely on the surface. From the root, we can change it. See, what's responsibility zone? Let's look at it. So, like comfort zone, responsibility zone is also an attitude, a subconscious thoughts. It's also an attitude, okay? It's like comfort zone is an attitude. Similarly, your responsibility zone is also an attitude. It is a pattern of our activities and behavior which drives us to remain duty bound, duty centric. Dear friends, please remember this. All the Vedic scriptures talk about this term, which is called, I've explained a lot in this book. I talk about kartavya buddhi. In Sanskrit, you call it as kartavya buddhi. In English, you call it as duty bound, being duty bound. Or you call it as dharma parayan. All these terms are, same only. You say duty bound, you say dharma parayan, or you say kartavya buddhi. All is same only. No, these books are not available only in Kota. It's there in my website. If you go to amalamdas.com, you can order from the website. You can get it, hear it. They will courier you. So what I'm saying is that so responsibility zone is something a subconscious mind's thought process, and it's an attitude of life. You can develop this attitude. That's why I'm teaching you. Otherwise, why should I teach you? I should not teach you if you cannot develop. You can change from comfort zone to come to the responsibility zone. Responsibility zone is about taking responsibilities. Kartavya buddhi, being duty bound, understanding your duty and never giving it up. This is what the Vedic teaching was all about. It was from the childhood. The child was trained so nicely in taking up duties, responsibilities, and never giving them up. Procrastination is opposite to it. That that this is my duty, you don't want to do it. It is not kartavya buddhi. It is called as akartavyata. But procrastination in Sanskrit, if you have to say, this is what it means. It means that you have duties, but you don't want to do it. Why? Because discomfort. It's difficult to do. I don't want to do it. I don't like to do it. I have ego problem or something like that. That's why I told you, for a woman, it is the dharma. It's a duty. Her duty is to cook. Whether 25 people are going to say it is bad, but still she has to cook because that's her duty. She has to be a mother. She has to be a wife. Later, she can also be an employee. That's different. But before that, her Shastra says, scriptures say, and if we do it, we can see the woman become very happy. Otherwise, relationship problems at house comes. Similarly, for a child, it is his duty to make his parents happy. Right? And of course, parents should also, their duty is to give freedom to the child. After 14 years of age, no parent should want to control the life of the child. I always teach this to the parents. Always I tell this. That see, your child has grown up. Beyond 14, he is your friend. He is no longer just your small child. Beyond 14, once he enters into 15, Chanakya Pandit says, after 15, that fellow is your friend. You cannot tell him, do this or don't do this. What do you have to tell him? You have to tell him that, let's see what can be done. Come up with your options. Let me help you, make a good choice. Let me help you to make a choice. Not that you do this or you do that. You can guide your child beyond 14, but you cannot tell your child, do this or don't do this. He's grown up already, and parenting must be done like that. So, but whatever your parents are, one thing I want to tell you, dear friends, I have seen this always. If you are loving to your parents now, if you stick to your duty, no, then your parents will so much give you freedom. Much I can tell you. For sure, I can tell you. Don't complain to me about your parents. I'm telling you, parents love you. Some people say, my mother, my father, they are pressurizing. You are pressurizing because you are procrastinating. That's why they are pressurizing. What do? You stick to your duty, nicely study, nicely try your best, and you see the outlook of your parents will change towards you. They will encourage you. They will give you more and more freedom. You don't want to do engineering? They will not force you. But you do your duty first. Your duty is to respect your parents. Your duty is not to disrespect your parents, isn't it? You have to respect them. Like now I'm almost 36. Every single day in the morning when I wake up, I touch the feet of my mother. Every single day. She's my mother. She's 64. I am 36. She's 64. But still I do it. Why? Because it's duty. It is not like, I am grown up. I should not respect my mother or father or something. No. Respect them. See how much freedom they give you. You don't respect them. See what happens. Stick to your duty. You will be very happy. You will not procrastinate. In my life, I've crossed so many challenges which have come, so many temptations which have come. People ask me, sir, how to give up the video game habit. I said, Baba, tumhara papa mummy nahi hai kya? Look at your mother and father, no? Your mother and father love you. They pay the fees of your school, they pay the fees of your coaching. You have a duty towards them. Na? Think about it. Simple thing nahi samajh mein aata. Small thing also people don't do. Why? Because today's world, they don't talk about scriptures. That is why I always say to people, scriptural education must be, compulsory. I want to implement this kind of books in every school. I want to say that there should be a subject in every school from 8th or 9th standard where they teach this kind of books. That's why I'm writing so many books. I have a desire to write another 100 books actually. 3 I have not done. Now I have to write more. Why? Because these kind of books are supposed to be taught. Okay, scriptures become a little difficult. Directly Sanskrit people don't understand. No problem. Based on that, we have such knowledge and wisdom. Now you take it. You teach it. People will become wonderful. Their productivity will increase. They will become very happy. But remain duty bound. This is called as responsibility zone. I'm going to teach you 2 things more. How to come to responsibility zone. You need to form a right attitude and have spiritual ideals. Dear students, dear friends, all the wonderful participants, please understand this. To break out of comfort zone and to step into responsibility zone, you need to have spiritual ideals. I'm going to tell 4 or 5 of them. I am not going to explain all 5 of them because time is not there today. I will be telling one by one some of them. Okay, please be with me. What are the misconceptions or wrong attitudes due to which people remain in comfort zone? 5 of them. Please read it. 5 of them are there. Wrong definition of success keeps you in your comfort zone. I will explain to you why. Just give me some time. First, let's read it out. Okay. Wrong sense of self-worth gives you, makes you procrastinate. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you. Wrong attitude of selfishness makes you procrastinate. When you start thinking of yourself, you don't think of the responsibility you have, the duties you have. You are selfish. When you think about your duties, you are not selfish. Like that. Lack of understanding about consequences of irresponsibility. People don't understand that by being irresponsible, they're harming whom? They're not harming their parents. They might be harming, but first person they are harming is themselves only. They're going to come into great trouble. So not understanding about consequences of responsibility. Similarly, wrong understanding of the nature of the world. People think that world is like a hotel. Whatever I want should come to me, whenever I want. That's not going to happen. So that is the problem of misconceptions. I am not too much detail explaining, but directly let me go to the solution because time ko utilize karna chahiye. I have explained everything in the book, but I am telling you some things so that you have some idea on how to stop your procrastination forever, not just surface root. So these are the 5 spiritual ideals. If you want to note this, you can note. If you want to note this, you can note. I am telling you 2 of them today. I'm going to tell you 2 of them today. You can note this. Right definition of success must be created, not the wrong definition of success. Because unless you have the right definition of success, you will keep procrastinating. There will be a problem. Maybe less, maybe more. You saw that 95% students procrastinate. Not everybody procrastinates a lot. Out of them, 25-30% people procrastinate much more. Right? So, but right definition of success is required. I'll tell you example. True self-worth. It also is very, very critical. I have made a video on true self-worth. We are going to see that video very soon. Okay, सब लोग देखने वाले हैं उस video को. All of us are going to see that very soon. Just give me a few minutes. Selfless service attitude is another thing which we require to develop the responsibility zone. And understanding that another spiritual ideal is to take responsibility with gratitude. You must have gratitude for those who have done so much for us, for pleasing them, for making them happy. We are taking responsibility. Right understanding of the nature of the world. So now let's go into the first one. Dear friends, most people in this world have a wrong definition of success. Okay, here I am giving an example of this is Kurt Vonnegut, who is a famous Nobel author, etc. So in 2006, Saint Xavier in New York, they asked their children that please write a letter to your favorite teacher or favorite author in the world, and we'll request them to reply you back. So many of the children, they chose Kurt Vonnegut, who was a famous author. So they chose that they wrote a letter to them, and in reply, this was the reply in front of you of Kurt Vonnegut. In 2006, this happened. Very beautiful, wonderful, very wonderful. So they said that, he says that, my dear students, practice any art, music, singing, dancing, acting, drawing, painting, sculpting, poetry, fiction, essays, reportage, whatever you are doing, whatever you are doing. Your engineering, your medical, your job, your marketing, your, whatever you are doing, basically. Not to get money and fame, but to experience becoming, to find out what's inside you, to make your soul grow. Dear students, I want to tell you this. Most people define success as getting money and getting fame. Most people. You may not speak it to me, but think, is it not really what we are chasing in our life? When we say, I want to achieve my goal, what goals do we have? Usually people define goal as a bungalow, a 7-digit salary. I should have my own jumbo jet. I should have my, big, huge, Lamborghini car. Or I want to get, so much nice money, that I can relax in some area of the world and I can just simply relax. I want to get a lot of money. Or I want to get fame. I want success means to get this fame, that much fame. I want to top. I want to become topper. That's what people say actually. When you ask them, why are you doing what you are doing? That's what they say. The purpose of my action is I want to get name, I want to get fame, I want to get that limelight on me. Dear friends, no, this is not the right definition. With this wrong definition, most children, they start unnecessarily comparing with each other. And because of that comparing attitude, many people start procrastinating. I'll tell you a real-time story, okay? A real-time story I'll tell you. I used to visit Kota. I go across India, various places. So I actively used to go to Kota also. Now also I sometimes go. So actively when I was going every month, So one time I met this student and we had opened a hostel. Arjuna group, we had opened a hostel in Kota for the students. So this boy and his father came to us and they were wanting that admission karalo, hostel mein admission karalo, like that, they wanted to. So of course there was no, that time we did not have vacancy. This boy came, but we used to do programs every week. We used to have some motivational talks, etc. So many children used to come. He also came. So after the program got over, next day the father came, and said, my son has a big problem. He's not studying well. I don't know why he's not studying well. So he started saying that we are from this XYZ place, and he is a topper. He was a topper at his school. When he came here, he has become, very poor. I don't know what is happening. Why is he like this? I don't know. Why is he not studying now? He doesn't study only, So actually the problem was this child was not facing so much difficulty. The parent was more anxious. Many times this is the problem. The parents start creating more expectation and pressure on the child than the child is facing, Child is saying, it's okay. I'm getting okay marks only, let me study peacefully. But the parent is saying, you are a topper now. Why are you not a topper now? So sometimes it's wrong expectations, that name, fame and success, number one only is a success actually. Success means to be number one only. number 2, number 3 के नीचे is not success. People feel like that. Yeah, consciously, subconsciously, many of us, we have this definition. Like if I'm not getting the topper marks, I'm not a success. I told, let him study, what is the problem? Let him study, he will get, slowly, he may come up, just relax. Just relax. It's just now come 1 month only has passed, just relax. It's okay. Encourage him, give him nice environment and give him, leave it to him, he will do it. But no, constantly comparing. Why this person is not getting marks, that boy is getting, that boy is getting, that boy is getting, oh my God. This is one reason many people stop studying only. I am not able to get in that 1, 2, 3. I am not able to get into that 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave it. Just forget it. Enough of torture. Ego ko bahut hurt ho gaya. I tried my best. That story you heard? Everybody must have heard that story. That fox went and there were grapes and she wanted to eat the grapes and she was jumping. She was jumping. But what happened? Grapes were too high and she was not able to eat. Then what she should do? Forget it. Grapes are sour. Similarly, you might have tried, I want to get number 1, I want to get number 2, I want to get number 3. And then, okay, forget it. Leave it. It's not for me. That's what happens. Wrong definition of success makes many people discouraged. Many people discouraged to even do what they can do also. They feel that anyway, if I cannot get, into that success, fame, then why to try it? It's not the cup of my tea now. Leave it. They do not realize that it's okay even if you are getting somewhere average. It's fine. Most people, for even cracking exams like IIT, JEE or etc., they don't need to be in that 1, 2, 3. What they need to do is they need to be consistent and going ahead. Consistently going ahead is what is more important than talent. I want to tell you this. Consistency is more important than talent in an exam like IIT, JEE or even difficult exams in your college, etc. In any field of life, consistency is more important than talent. Talent plays some factor, maybe 10-15%, but more important is your attitude. Attitude I can help you to change, but I cannot help you. The situations I cannot change. Your teachers, your everything I cannot change, but I can change your attitude. That's what something you are here for. I can help the problem to get out from here, from your heart, from your attitude. I can help you. I will not be able to change your exactly situations which are there. So I keep giving the programs. That's for this reason. So wrong definition of success. People become frustrated in life. They could have become very good at what they are doing, but may not be the best. If you define success as the best only, rank 1 only, rank 2, 3, these things only, success, and another thing is money. People start worrying so much about money that they forget that money is not the goal of life. Money is important. It's not that money is not important. Maybe I can say that for a household, for a business, money is like a breathing. Money is like breathing. For a household, money is like breathing. If you don't have money, how will you live? You don't have that. But just because breathing is fine, it's breathing, but you don't live just for breathing. You live because of breathing, but you don't live just to breathe. Anybody lives in this world just to breathe? Satisfied. Nobody, right? Yes, breathing is required for living, but you don't live for breathing. You live for some purpose. So yes, money is required for living, but money is not the purpose. Money is required for living. Money is not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is something else. And that's what people forget. By this wrong definition that success means to get money, they forget to live. It's like, a person has breathing, but he forgot the purpose of life. He's just breathing only. He's not doing anything else. Come on, So you may laugh, but this is how the people are today. They are so much worried about money. They've forgotten the life. Success is not about money. I can tell you people who are so happy just by 20,000-25,000 rupees. Believe me, I have seen it, Baba. I have gone across. Because they know the right principles. Will everybody become a millionaire? Everybody who comes in my program will become a millionaire? I did not say that, Baba. I said you can be happy. I said you can remove the problems like procrastination. I said you can get a good purpose in life and you will be enthusiastic to do and live nicely. That you can do. Not everybody can become a millionaire. It's not required, right? It's not required that even millionaires are not happy. If they don't apply the right principles of life, even millionaires are not happy. Okay, so this is wrong definition of success we have to give up. Next, I'm going to tell you a very important thing next. Let me share my screen. So if you avoid wrong definition, you can avoid procrastination. What is the right definition? Right definition is that I do my duty, what has been given to us. If I sincerely do my best effort in completing my duties in life, that is called as success. So a light bulb ka example le lete hain. We have a light bulb example. Just like our wattage of the bulb is dependent on the bulb light which it is giving, it is dependent on the wattage. So 10 watt bulb will only grow this much. 100 watt bulb will grow this much. 1000 watt bulb will grow this much. But all three of them are doing their best if they are glowing to their maximum capacity. So the 10 watt bulb is success if it is glowing to 10 wattage. 100 watt bulb is a success if it is glowing to 100 wattage. 1000 watt bulb is a success if it is glowing to 1000 wattage. This is how we define success. In this definition of success, how many people can be successful? 1, 2, 3. Only that much? How many people can become successful? Tell me. In the definition that success is equal to being a topper, success is equal to getting a lot of marks, success is equal to getting a lot of money and getting a lot of fame. How many people can be successful? Only, you can count them on the fingers. Only that many, few. But in the right definition of success, how many people can be successful? Tell me. Everyone. Exactly. You got it. You got it or not? Everyone can be successful. And that's what I'm saying. Therefore, why to procrastinate? If everyone can be successful, will you not be enthusiastic to become successful? Right? Think about it. You will not be enthusiastic to become successful. That's what I am saying. So we don't have to procrastinate if we get the right definition of success, which is I will do my duty very sincerely and I know whether I have done it sincerely or not. Outside people may not know. Marks are not the indicator of whether you are sincerely doing your duty or not. Marks are not the indicator. Indicator is your heart knows it, whether I actually did it or not. And therefore you will be happy. If you are doing sincerely, you will be happy. If you are not doing, you will not be happy. Even if you get marks, you may be happy for 5 days. 6th day, you will not be happy because you did not do your duty well. That's what I'm saying about. Let's go to the second principle. I'm going to teach you the second one, which is true self-worth. Now, true self-worth, people take wrong self-worth from somewhere. That is why we had to talk about true self-worth. So here, I have done some interesting thing today. What we are going to do is, we are going to do an exercise.
To feel worthy is very important for the well-being of a person. But what is the source of real self-worth? Where should we be getting our self-worth from? Let's find it out. I'll share with you a research done by Dr. Jennifer Crocker, who is a psychologist at the University of Michigan's Institute for Social Research. In the early part of 21st century, she had done a survey of about 600 college freshmen, and she had studied the relationship between their self-esteem and their college academic performance. She found out that the set of students who took their self-worth from something very external, like their marks, their academic performance, how do they appear, how do they look, and how many people approved of them. These set of students reported high levels of stress, high levels of anger, relationship conflicts, and even academic issues. Whereas the set of students who derive their self-worth from the internal values, from the adherence to some moral standards or having some spiritual ideals, these set of students lived more happier life and even had better academic performance. Isn't it very interesting? What Dr. Jennifer has found out is the age-old tradition of the Vedas. Vedas teach us that our real self-worth is not a function of our external achievements. Our real self-worth is not derived from how much bank balance we have, how much rank we have, and how many people are behind us. Rather, our real self-worth comes from something more internal. The value system which we follow, the quality of ideals we have in our life. Let me give you an example from Mahabharata, the contrast between Yudhishthir and Duryodhana. Duryodhana's self-worth was always coming from something very external. He was always in constant competition, therefore, with the Pandavas. He wanted to be number one, he wanted the kingdom. But even when he got the kingdom, he was still miserable. He was in constant need of approval from others. Just see what happens to a person when he tries to get the self worth from external sources. He always feels miserable and he always feels empty. More one has, the more one feels he doesn't have enough. Whereas, see Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir's self-worth was coming from something so deep internal, from his adherence to the path of dharma, from his adherence to his duties. Therefore, even when his kingdom was taken away, even when he was defeated or he was wounded, nobody could take away his self-worth from him. And therefore, he was always coming up with wise plans to combat the situations. And at the end, he became the supreme conqueror of the whole world. So, where should your self-worth come from? If you base your self-worth on the foundation of spirituality, on the foundation of spiritual values, on the foundation of dharma and adhering to your duties, you will be much more happy and much more successful.
Let's come back now. All of you, after giving the comment, please now come back to your Zoom. So now let me tell you how it relates with your procrastination. Okay, self-worth, from where you are deriving. If people start deriving the self-worth from the wrong external sources, they just start chasing after it. So what happens is, their inspiration starts reducing, to do any activity. Because they're always constantly in comparison with others, they are measuring themselves. So because of that, their own inspiration to do something starts reducing. It doesn't satisfy you so much. Self-worth is not an external. Self-worth is in the duty-centric responsibility zone I told you. We have to be there in the responsibility zone, not in the comfort zone. Because I'll answer your questions. Just give me some time. Because in the comparison process, success means to just be little ahead from your competitor. That's all. Right? You have heard the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, right? Rabbit and the tortoise. So rabbit and tortoise started, and rabbit's definition, of self-worth was, I should be, making somebody else go behind me. That's what the definition of his self-worth was. If I made people go behind me, I am having very great self-worth. Wonderful, sir. What happened then? He ran, and what happened? He said there was a 5-kilometer race course. He reached to the 4-kilometer and he said, "Wow, successful, Baba, bahut acha ho gaya mera to, nobody is going to compete. This tortoise can never do, competition with me." So he said, "Now I can relax. Let me go for comfort zone." Let me go where? Let me go in comfort zone. He went and slept. You all know that story, right? I have just recently made a video, just few days before. It's going to come in my YouTube very soon. I've given you 4 different ways of the story, because you have heard only one type of race, but I am going to give you 4 different types of stories of tortoise and rabbit. It's going to come soon, this week coming up, launching. You can please subscribe, it will come, you will see that. So what I'm saying is, when you get your self-worth from how many people are behind you, it's only about making people behind. It's not about bringing out your best. That's why people recede to comfort zone. When they're getting success, they become proud. And just like rabbit becomes so proud. I am so great. I have, made a tortoise go behind. Therefore, he went to comfort zone and slept. Later on, he got defeated. And so if you get success, you get pride. If you get defeated, you get depression. And then you say, I can't do this. I cannot put people down. I cannot make people go down. I'm only down. Oh my God, why I should do this only? I cannot do it only. I'm so bad only. I'm so poor only. It's all about mental attitude. And therefore, they go to depression. And therefore, they start procrastinating. Both ways, there is a problem. If you are more talented, there is a problem of pride. If you are less talented, there is a problem of depression. Both ways. If you have self-worth coming from these wrong sources, you will recede to comfort zone and go to procrastination. If your self-worth is coming from spiritual ideals, as I am telling you, your ideas that I want to stick to my duty, I want to do my best to serve others, I want to do something wonderful to serve. Then you will do your best not to compete and make people go behind, but to do something as a service for others. This is where your self-worth should come from. Then you enter into responsibility zone. If you are successful, you are not proud. You are grateful. You are grateful that you have been given a talent by God. You have got help from so many others to bring out that talent. You become grateful. If you fail, if you are unable to, say reach the race mark first or whatever, still don't have a depression. You say, no problem, I did my best. I might not be talented in this field so much. I may be talented in something else. Like rabbit and tortoise are two different species. Rabbit can run on land very fast, but it cannot swim. And tortoise can only walk very slowly on the land, but can swim. So if there is a race, another race which happens, if there is another race of tortoise and rabbit, which is not on the land, which is on the water, who will win? Rabbit will not be able to step inside the water also. The tortoise will swim it and go to the race course, finish off, end of the race course and finish off. So dear friends, all of us have different talents. When we start getting into this self-worth coming from externals, we do not bring out our best. That's why responsibility zone we don't enter into. We get into comfort zone and we start procrastinating. If you want to say no to procrastination forever, I told you two of the attitudes you have to change. One is you have to get the right definition of success. Second is you have to get the self-worth from the right place, right source, which is your value system, your desire to serve, your, being duty bound is where you should get your self-worth from. And then you see, you will never procrastinate. I end my program over here. I can speak a lot, but this is time up. And I'm so happy that all of you came today. It was so nice to be with you.